Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sherry and I go by Ladyfish Loot on YouTube, Facebook, and eBay. Today's video is going to be what sold for the month of November. I had a total of 21 sales and we'll just go ahead and get started. But first I need a sip of my tea. I have a little throat thing going on today. All right, anyway, let's get started. The first item I sold was a Dorothy Doty Royal Worcester round wood riser base stand vintage. This was the remaining article of an auction I purchased, and I've mentioned this in a previous video. I'll make it real quick. I purchased in a Cardinal and I paid $110 for it. I paid that much because I easily could have gotten between $300 and $500 for it if it was in perfect condition, but it wasn't. It was not disclosed in the online auction that it was damaged. So when I went to pick it up, I knew it was a waste of money. So I brought it home and I went ahead and listed it on eBay because I thought, well, you know, maybe I could. It is a very valuable vintage piece of porcelain. Or maybe it's ceramic, I can't remember. Anyway, her pieces, Dorothy Doty, her pieces are very collectible, her bird series. And so I thought, I'll list it, which I did. And so as I was moving it from the listing area into my wrapping and getting ready to put it in my storage unit, waiting for it to sell, I dropped it and it broke into 1,000,000 pieces. So that was a total waste of $110. So what is left of that buy is this stand. So I went ahead and listed it and it sold right away. Sold the very next day actually. So I maybe could have asked for a little more, but I was really glad to just get rid of it and get rid of that memory. So anyway, I had it listed for $19.99. Excuse me. It sold, well, the buyer actually offered $17 and I took the offer. He was all in for $26.01 and my total profit was $15.03. So yay me. I got a little bit back. The next item I sold was a miniature bone china angel squirrel mini ornament Christmas holiday vintage. I picked this up at a garage sale last summer. I paid 25 cents for it. The buyer paid $9.99. That is what I had it listed for. They were all in for $19.19, and I had a total profit on that item of $9.74. The next item is a Department 56 Trekking in the Snow figurine set of three figures, and it was from the Alpine Village series, and I put the item number 56202. And let me just touch on this again. Whenever I do my listing titles that I'm reading to you, this is exactly what the buyers see. I just put in the most powerful words I can to attract the buyer's attention. Your listing titles do not have to make any type of sense in terms of they don't have to be a complete sentence. They don't have to read well. It just has to be powerful words that will get your potential buyer's attention. All right, so the month of November, I should mention, I did run a 15% off sale. I always do this annually. October is 13% off, November is 15% off, and then December is 20% off. And that is the only time I run sales in my store. Otherwise, I list the item price and I do a best offer and just let it ride from there. So this one was part of the sale. I had it listed for $29.99. Actually, I paid $1.49 for it. The buyer got it for $25.49. That was the 15% off the list price. They were all in for $37.01, and the total profit on this item was $22.71. And I will tell you, this item was listed for 2 years and 2 months. I'm always going to put that in my videos of when I do a sold video, because as I've mentioned in past videos, I'm a long tail seller. My items can sit for years in my storage unit and I don't care. I've taken the time and I've spent the money to buy the item. I've taken the time to list the item, and I've also taken the time to wrap it and put it away in storage, waiting for it to sell. So I don't really care how long my items take to sell. I know that is not the model of a lot of resellers. They like to get, the churning is what they call it. They like to get it in, sell it as quickly as possible. And what a lot of sellers will do then is they will bottom out the market for us other resellers. And I hate to mention this, but it happens. They will lowball. They'll put the lowest prices. You know, they want to sell their items quickly. So they will go much lower than what items are currently listed on eBay, you know, and they'll capture that sale. And so what it does is it brings the market down. And I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to be in this for much longer. But I say this for our new resellers. You know, I just don't play that game. Don't play the bottom of the barrel game. Just price it what it's worth, and hopefully the right prices will rise back up again. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a dreamer. But anyway, back to what I sold. The next thing was a Chicago Bulls Derrick Rose Most Valuable Player MVP. I put t-shirt, men's XL, wings, Rose logo, red short sleeve. I had this listed for $29.99. The buyer got it with the 15% off, so they paid $25.49, and they were all in for $35.40. I had a total profit of $19.61 on this t-shirt, and I will tell you this one was listed for 4 years, 6 months, and 11 days. The next item is a Disney Parks attraction. I don't think I mentioned what I paid for it. I paid $2.39. And again, mostly what I buy is from thrift stores, but if it's not a thrift store, I will let you know. The next item I purchased was a Disney Parks attraction poster glass cup Dumbo Peter Pan. This was purchased at an estate sale last summer. I paid $2.10 for it. The buyer purchased it for $25.49. They were all in for $35.48. This actually went to Canada, and with all the other charges that go with an international sale, this person paid $51.01 for this mug, this glass. So that's a lot. I mean, they must have been a collector. They probably had it, broke it. I don't know, but I'm glad I had it to replace it for them. My total profit was $22.06 on that item. The next item was an A. Santini reproduction fairy sprite figure statue, Baby Bird's Nest vintage. This was something else I picked up at an auction last summer. I paid $9.23 for it. The purchase price for my buyer was $42.49. They were all in for $66.54, and I had a total profit of $33.31. The next item was a vintage Harley-Davidson Eagle Barnett El Paso Texas dealer t-shirt, USA size 4XL. I had it listed for $19.99. It was on sale for $16.99. The buyer offered me $15. I happily took it, and they were all in for $22.99. I had a total profit of $10.28, and this t-shirt was listed for 3 years and 3 months. Next item I sold was a Magdalen College Crested Tobacco Jar, Carlton Ware, High Street, Oxford Vintage. I had it listed for $39.99. It was on sale for $34.79. The buyer offered me $25. We kind of went back and forth. He started at $18 on this, and there was no way I was taking $18 for it. I think I countered at $30. He countered at $23. I countered at $25, and he accepted. So he paid $25. He was all in with shipping and taxes for $42.53, and my total profit was $18.12. Next item was a Mr. Christmas. Always, whenever you see Mr. Christmas in this type of a product, you need to do your comps. You need to see what they sell for, because a lot of Mr. Christmas can sell for good money. This was part of an auction pickup for me, so I don't know that I would have purchased it in a store setting, in a thrift store setting, but I did sell it. You know, I'll tell you about it in a minute. I had it. I paid $3.16. Again, I got this at an auction. I had it listed for $39.99. It was on sale for $33.99, and the buyer made me an offer of $30, and I took it. So that buyer was all in for $53.49. And I guess the reason I sound disappointed in that is it took a lot of materials for me to ship this. It took a bigger box, and I actually lost a little money in shipping, which is really unusual for me because I'm usually spot on with my shipping, or I make money on my shipping. And the reason I make money on my shipping is I need to pay for my packing peanuts, tape, bubble wrap, boxes, labels, paper, because I do a packing list and everything in every shipment. So there's a lot of cost involved with shipping an item. So $30 on this, and it was big, and it was difficult to find a box, for which I did pay some money for it. I didn't do so well on this, okay? So my total profit was $18.94. I mean, that's still good. It's still money in my pocket. I paid $3.16, so I did okay, but I don't know, it's a hassle. It was the hassle factor involved with it. And at my stage where I'm at with my reselling career with eBay, I don't want hassle anymore. I don't want to be inconvenienced. I want it to be just an easy process anymore. So, as you get older and you're slowing down with what you're doing in terms of your career, and this is what I do now, this is my reselling career, I'm just looking for easy things to list and sell. Just a little background on me. Okay, next item I sold was a Freddy Krueger Ugly Christmas Sweater, size medium, AOP, which means all over print. And what that means is you have the pattern is all over the entire front and back of the shirt or sweater or sweatshirt, whatever it is that you're selling. It has for a piece of clothing. So AOP means all over print. Nightmare on Elm Street was how I finished off the listing title. I had it listed for $29.99. The buyer with the sale got it for $25.49. They were all in for $36.45, and I made a total profit of $14.88. I paid, sorry, I keep leaving that out for some reason. I paid $6.73 for it. And I sure hope I told you I did. Okay. Alrighty. I have Christmas on the mind. Okay. This happens to me every December, actually right before Thanksgiving. I bottom out with eBay. I literally don't even want to do it till the first of the year again. I just want to enjoy the fruits of my labor of listing all year, and I just wait for the sales to roll in because I am more interested now in celebrating the holidays and spending time with family and friends, listening to Christmas music, going Christmas shopping, doing my Christmas cards and Christmas baking. And, I just enjoy the month of December for that. So I'm just a little kind of, scattered in my thoughts right now. And I'm sorry if I feel like I'm rushing through this, but we're just going to keep going. All right. Next one was a Harley Davidson dealer t-shirt, size XL, skull, iguana, 6 Bends, Fort Myers, Florida. This was actually free to me. My sister, hi Kim, my sister let me have a couple of my brother-in-law's t-shirts for free. So I listed, I think there was 3 of them, and I listed them. This is the one that is sold so far. I had it listed for $19.99. It sold for $16.99. Buyer was all in for $28.79. And I had a total profit of $14.94. The next item was a Draper Laboratory t-shirt, size L, Innovations in Engineering Math Equations. I got this for $2 at, it was an auction last year. No, it was an estate sale last summer. And the buyer paid, it was listed for $29.99. The buyer paid $25.49. They were all in because this was going to Germany. Well, they were all into me for $38.65. And the reason I'm telling you this is a difference when you have an international sale. There's an all-in price for me that I am charged my eBay fees on. And then there's an all-in price for the buyer. And that includes their international fees, okay, the VAT, etc. So my all-in on this particular item was $38.65. But this was shipped to Germany, and they were all in for $54.74. My total profit on that t-shirt was $20.38. The next item was a Tupac Shakur t-shirt, size 3XL. Only God Can Judge Me, quote, big graphic wrap vintage. I paid $4.44 for it. I had it listed for $29.99. The buyer paid $25.49, all in for $38.14. And I had a total profit of $19.26 for this t-shirt. And this one was listed for 2 years and 7 months. The next item was a vintage Lucky Brand Headhunters Team Sports t-shirt. Try a little head. 1969, size L. Anyway, I had it listed for $19.99. It sold for it was on sale for $16.99, and the buyer offered me $9. Because I had this listed for 3 years and 5 months, and it sat, and I adjusted the price a couple of times, I let the buyer have it for the $9 offer. I was glad to get rid of it. So he was all in for $17.11, and I made a total profit of $4.56. I paid $3 for it. The next item, this was a bins purchase. Fun. I paid $1.24. When you go to the Goodwill bins or Goodwill outlet, whatever you call it, I call it the bins. This was in Phoenix. They charge you by the weight. Okay, so what I do then, when I'm charged by the weight, I typically buy nothing but clothing, some hard goods, but I just take the amount of clothing divided by the amount they charge me, and that's what I give to each item that I purchased that day. I attribute that dollar amount to each item. So just it's dollar cost averaging. So this was $1.24. Again, the bins. Love the bins. So much fun. I cannot wait. I know there's some bins down in Indianapolis, so I'm going to make a road trip next summer and do some bins sourcing. And I know there's one in Gary. And Gary, I think, is a little bit closer than Indy. But on the way to Indy, I can hit some other thrift stores. I know there's a nice one in Rochester, Indiana. And so I'd kind of make a road trip out of it. So, but anyway, I had it listed for $19.99. The buyer got it for $16. Did I even read it to you? No, I did not. I got so excited about the bins. It's a skiing snowman on sled, 48-inch Christmas tree skirt, 3D applique burlap holiday time. So, okay, $19.99 is what I had it listed for. The buyer got it for $16.99. They were all in for $28.33. My total profit was $15.20, and this was listed for 2 years and 8 months. Sorry. Chamomile tea, it is the best. The next item I sold was a Ray Dunn Peanuts Snoopy Bowl, cutest pumpkin in the patch, Halloween Thanksgiving. This was a retail arbitrage buy. I purchased 2 of these. This was the second one, so they both sold. I paid $7.99 for them. I think this was at TJ Maxx or Home Goods. I don't remember right now. And this one, again, it was listed for $24.99. The buyer purchased it for, actually the sale price was $21.74. The buyer offered me $20. I took it. He was all in for $32.46, and my total profit on this bowl was $8.50. I think I've mentioned in previous videos that I'm not going to be doing a lot of retail arbitrage in the future. It works. I mean, it works, but I don't make a lot of money on it. I did really well on a Ray Dunn coffin-shaped baking dish. I sold that for really decent money, and that was fun. But I don't know. I'll just have to see. I don't know. I probably won't do it. The next one was a Lamax Spooky Town Halloween Pet Walk Figurine French Fries Hot Dog Costume 2022. This was also retail arbitrage. I purchased this at Michael's, and I paid $4.29 for it. I had it listed for $14.99. It sold for $12.74, part of the sale. Buyer was all in for $22.57, and my total profit was $8.08. This one was listed for 3 years. Next item was the Waterfront Bar and Grill San Diego Little Italy long sleeve t-shirt, size 2XL. This was listed, I paid $3.99 for it, listed for $29.99. Buyer purchased it for $23.99, all in for $34.54. My total profit was $16.36, and this took 3 years to sell. Next item, Ballard Design, letter L, typesetter, plaque, antique gold, home decor vintage. I paid $3.20 for it. It was listed for $29.99. The buyer purchased it for $23.99. This was another international sell. This went to Ireland. So to me, they were all in for $41.80. Again, that is what eBay bases my fees on, my final value fees on. But going to Ireland with all her additional charges, she paid $76.13. Wow. So my total profit on that item was $19.65. Next, you could tell Stranger Things was released because I sold all 3 of my Stranger Things items that I had in my inventory. The first one was Stranger Things Dustin action figure McFarlane toys, 2018, new, sealed. Now, I probably should have also put in my title NRFP, which means never removed from package. I think I know I touched on new old stock with you in the past. NOS, new old stock, NRFP, never removed from package. New old stock relates to vintage items, things that are older. It's odd to find something 20 years plus years old and still have never been played with, never removed from their package. So that is considered new old stock. Anything newer is never removed from box. That means it's a new item. It has never been played with. It still has all the original strappings that holds the figure down, the original ties. It's never been removed. So I forgot to put that in my title. It didn't hurt me because, again, people would know that this is a newer item. But I put new and sealed in my title on this one. Anyway, I had it listed for $49.99. I paid $9.62 for this. I bought it at an auction last summer. And the buyer paid $39.99. They were all in for $52.48. And I made a total profit of $26.46. The next item was Stranger Things Chief Hopper action figure, McFarlane Toys, 2017, new, sealed. Again, $9.62, purchased at an auction. $39.99 is what the buyer paid. They were all in for $53.48, and my total profit was $26.57. I also had 11 figure, but that sold in December. So you'll see that in my next video of my December sales. So anyway, that's the end of that. That was 21 sales for the month of November. I had a total of $775.19. My selling costs were $278.60, and that is broken down by my final value fees were $102.97. My shipping was $153.68, and my store fee was $21.95. So that equates to the $278.60 in selling costs. The sales tax that is collected by eBay and paid on my behalf, which I appreciate so much, was $68.30. My cost of goods was $85.59. My net was $342.70, which equates to approximately $81.60 a week. And my average selling price was $36.91. That's a little bit lower than what I like. I had a few small sales in there. I like it to be around 40. So it's just a little below. So that's okay. I mean, I'm, again, happy with it. Happy with any sale I can ever get. So that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I really appreciate you spending this time with me, and I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.